Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk to you today about household finances, household and income expenses. And this is something that is really key for me because my wife and we work hard. And, I want to keep track of all of our expenses that come across our checking account or any other account that we have. And I want to share this with you because it's been a great benefit. It's helped us save a tremendous amount of money, and helped us see where we need to cut back on our spending. What I'm going to show you is basically a spreadsheet that I created, and you guys can use it, and I can create it for you, or you can simply inbox me via Facebook or send me an email, which is found in my About status. First, let's take a look at this first page here. This is a balance sheet, and basically what this is, I call it my balance sheet. Basically what this is, it looks complicated, but it's not. There's several sections here that are key. The first top half here, the top half that you see here, this is all your deposits and withdrawals. So basically this is your balance forward. Let's say we're working in January, we're at the beginning of the year. What we're doing is what we're looking at is the balance forward from December. Say for instance you got $5,000. That is your balance forward from December. You have your deposits for January, you have your withdrawals for January, and down here these are divided into two sections. You have your first half of the month, you have your second half of the month, and what I have these categorized as is a net income. This could be your income, this could be your wife's income, this could be any bonuses that you receive here. And what happens is when you enter this information, it just as I did here, it totals it for you. And then down here you have basically here your fixed expenses. I call my fixed expenses my mortgage, my auto insurance, my tithes, my student loans, Verizon. Down here's credit cards. These are some sample credit cards, and again, you can tailor this to however you want it, whatever your credit cards are. If you don't have any credit cards, but most of us do have, living in this society, most of us do have debt or credit that we borrow against. And of course, some of us have the 0% interest. Some of us use the Home Depot for the products or whatever for the home projects. Down here, you have your utilities. I list my utilities as my cable, my Netflix, electric, my YMCA, auto, Atmos Energy, which is my gas company, my water company. I have listed here. My necessity expenses, which is I have cash listed under there. That's just in case I want to withdraw some cash. Also, we have dine out. We have household expenses, gas, we have clothes, we have groceries, and we have bank fees. Some of us do have the bank fees, so I included that. Down here you have your total income and also your expenses. So what I've done is basically you got your total income. You see 8,500 here, which is a total of your balance forward and your total, or actually not your total, but your first half income right here. So what that does is this is your first half total income and total expenses right here, which gives you a total of $68.15. So that $68.15 is carried over here. Now when you do go over to the second half of the month. Now the reason why I have the second half is because sometimes we may overspend the first half, so I want to cut back in the second half. So I divided those specifically for that reason, and most of us, we tend to pay a lot of our bills in the second half, and then we have extra expenses in the other half. So this kind of gives you a gauge on where you need to cut back. But by using this technique, it has saved me, both my wife and I, a tremendous amount of money, and it's allowed us to keep track of this information. Now the second one here is kind of like journal entries for those of you who are familiar with accounting. This basically is where you're going to enter all of your online information. When you go to your bank and you see all your withdrawals and your deposits, this is where you're going to enter that information. Now what I've done is categorize this kind of like the way that most people, the general type of expenses that most people have. You have your gas, you have your dine out, you have your cash, you have your groceries, household, clothes, withdrawals, bank fees, deposits. Now these totals here, so when you enter a total here or enter an amount here, it actually goes back over here to your balance sheet. So you can see that it actually is brought back over here so that you can see that it's here. When I enter this $500 or this $50 cash or whatever, $50 here. Let's say if I want to enter, actually we don't want to do that. We want to go back over here. Let's say we got $50 in cash. So we go $50 in cash and hit enter, and we go back over here to cash. There it is right there. So it tells me exactly, it gives me a total of what cash I've spent for the first half of the month. Now also you have the dine out. The dine out. Let's say I went to a restaurant and I spent $60. Okay, at $60 is going to transfer over to here. It's going to show your dine out right here. Perfect. So that gives you what your total is going to be, and what happens is it goes to your expenses, it deducts it from your income. This is your total here again. So now I've this kind of like a gauge that gives you basically an idea of where you are for the first half of the month. Now to take it a step further, what I've created here is an annual household expense and income, kind of like a budget, kind of like a snapshot of what I've spent for on an annual basis. So let's just say, all right, these are all of my totals for my mortgage or for your mortgage or for your auto loan that you've entered here on the balance sheet. And you see that you got your mortgage here, $900. And again, this is kind of like a side note. I always pay my mortgage in 2 payments, which reduces the amount of time that you're going to pay on your mortgage. Here, you want to basically take a look at. You'll see that you have your mortgage here, total mortgage for January. Then you have your total auto amount. This is all the totals that you see on the balance sheet that I call the balance sheet here. And what happens is these are your total expenses here. This is your total income, and this right here basically shows your net income for the month. So just say, for instance, why, Anthony, why do you have this? Why do you have this annual household total? Just say, for instance, you want to shop your auto insurance. I want to say, okay, well, my auto insurance for last year was total was $1,500. I want to reduce that. I want to say, okay, I want to go find some insurance, $1,200. My electric bill was too much. I want to go and find a cheaper kilowatt hour electric company that's going to reduce my expenses. Why I am paying too much out in dine out last year. I had too many household expenses. I had too many. My wife, we spent too much in gas. So these are some of the. This is kind of like a snapshot to give you a kind of an idea of where you're spending, because again, it goes back to you are you work hard for your money and you want to make sure that you account for it, because a lot of us look and say, okay, where did that money go? So now you have a tool that's going to help you see where that money is going to actually go. Now this is, I kind of condensed all this into just this presentation video so that you can get an idea of what this is. Now what you guys can do, feel free to inbox me here on Facebook or send me an email, and you can find my email in the About Us or About Me page in the Facebook. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you out tremendously. And again, I know this can be a difficult thing. It's a lot, but I'm willing to take the time to show you what worked for me. This is not something that I've come up with overnight. I've been using this for several years, and it's helped me out, or helped us out tremendously. Again, inbox me on Facebook. send me an email, and I can get this template and tailor it to you, to your household, to help you save money for whatever use whatever use that extra money is for that you can use. Again, I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy this particular video. Thanks.